What's up, guys? It is the Bad Wolf, and it is a fabulous, fabulous day outside today. The sun is shining. I cannot ask for a much better of a day. Although, as my neighbor used to say, there's always room for improvement. And well, I'll take it. All right. So once again, thanks guys for supporting the channel. We are at like 65,000 subscribers, and that is fantastic. Um, I don't see why if we continue in the same line that we will not reach 100,000. Now, why is it so spectacular for me? Well, before we get there, I guess okay, so this particular video is going to be about a business trust, okay? And then we're going to cover some topics. We're going to research and see what we can find out together, Mono and everyone else. And but why is it so special? For me, it's special because for you, those people out there who appreciate me and my delivery and the knowledge and my way of not trying to like rip you guys off like a lot of these people, not trying to down talk you or make you belittle you or give you convoluted processes that don't work or whatever else. And I'll be the first person to say, I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes, but I have been doing this a lot longer than most people. I started when I was 9 years old, so literally that's almost 40 years now. Um, but that doesn't mean that other people can't come along. So whether it's my information or somebody else's, vet the information for yourself. Because if you're going to be in court having to deal with something, make sure that you can justify why you did it, where you got the information from, why you can stand on it, and it supports that which you are doing. Okay. So to me, it's special that we're more than halfway to 100,000 because I was always told, oh, this information isn't real. It's very much real. There's no such thing as, whatever you guys are trying to do, this sovereignty. Oh yeah, the Constitution says it in the Supreme Court, in the federal district court, and it's under common law and private law, and all of those supersede state law and codes. Um, and because so many people were like, even friends and family were against me, and there's still haters out there and trolls, even people who are delivering the same basic message out there making their own little videos on me and whatever else, trying to, as Easy E used to say, trying to gain fame on the name I'm making, but I will send a shout out to the people who've kept it real, whether they've used some of my materials or did their own thing, people who stay true to the game. I'm talking about your people like A6, Grind Time on YouTube, Fearless Floyd on YouTube. Um, let's see who else. The Finest Thing Walking, and a lot of there's a couple other channels out there. And also Brandon Joe Williams and Sovereign Living, and there's a couple other ones out there that I've only heard a little bit about who've made mention of me in your videos. Thank you. And a shout out to all those nations out there and all those families and everything else out there who support me. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. All right, so without further ado, well, I guess let me add some more do in there. Remember, you guys can always get consultations. You can book them on blacksite32.com. That's where you can also buy some merch. You can get free files. You can get free government assistance. I'm already getting emails back from people who've used some of the programs I've mentioned to save their house, discharge their car, their house. And what was it? Oh, rent assistance. You can find a lot of this stuff, guys, on blacksite32.com. Yes, I do now do consultations for court cases. However, it is more expensive, not as nearly as expensive as a lawyer. So I'll be honest with you. And I do not do anything if you guys have, hurt somebody or deprived somebody of their rights. And as always, just like a lawyer, it's basically education. Okay. So I'm not responsible for how you use it or abuse it or lose it in general. So lastly, make sure that you guys are not being ripped off by somebody pretending to be me in one of my own groups or anybody pretending to be somebody else. Now, I had one guy approach me pretending to be Yusuf, all right, which is kind of funny because well, I'll just leave that alone. Anyway, um, so yeah, so be careful out there, and no real person is going to. Well, let me say this correctly. No, you're people are always going to try to get you to send them money, and if you find yourself being, you know, uh, groomed to send people money for anything, okay, be careful. And even if you look at some of these websites, even myself, I thought I was buying something on a legit website and got ripped off. All right. I had to file a claim with the FBI, and they went and got my money back. So thank you to the FBI. All right. So if anybody's doing scams like that, report them. And if you need to know where to turn and how to do some things, if it's on my website, I can probably help you out with a lot of those things because I've done them. So, all right. Without further ado, I hope everybody's doing great out there, guys. If you guys don't know, I'm very much a sun person. So if it's not sunny, you can probably tell in some of my videos, I'm like, all right, Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. Basically vitamin E, vitamin D deficiency, or cabin fever, whatever, they used to call it back in the old days. So now that the sun is shining, the wolf is out and running in the forest. So let's get going. All right, so let's take a look at what is a business trust and why do you need one? Why should you want one? Do you need one? Do you have to have one? What does it do? Let's go. All right, so simple search here. What is even though I can't spell, business trust. A business trust is a legal instrument. So this is a creation of mankind. It is separate and distinct from you. Okay. That allows a trustee operator to manage a beneficiary's stake in a business. It can also be used to run the business itself. So instead of you, my beautiful people out there, let's back this up. I want you guys to understand that which I am, or overstand that which I'm laying out. Now, remember, as always, guys, momentary break and shameless pause to push my materials. Got my wolf logo here, my little, divine archangel, and Bad Wolf, and the little me Bad Wolf, one of those Funko Pop little guys. You guys can get those on Black Site or on my Spreadshirt shop, where you can also get your own Spreadshirt shop. But anyway, so did you hear what they said there? That you can create a trust to run a business. Now, why is that huge? I'll tell you why it's huge. Because even for me, when I got hit with a little old school bill or whatever else from when I had my business, even though it was shut down, but the debt was still floating around out there. They were like, we're here to take some of your money because you're a person liable, which I was not. But we'll leave that alone anyway, because we all know that the courts are shady as AF. But that I had a business trust in place as the managing partner, or I operated through that trust as my company's managing partner, I would be absolved of that liability because I've distanced myself from it. I've protected myself with a layer of legal protection. Okay. So that can be very beneficial because then you don't have to worry about somebody coming and get your stuff on your bank accounts or whatever else by trying to, well, can't really say scam, but let's just say get you in such a way because you didn't know how the legal system operates and take your stuff in the future. So you can operate through a trust. I do everything through trust. Okay. I've got like two final things I need to do before I have 100% everything in a trust. All right. I, James, Tiberius, Kirk, Lovett, fourth, do not own anything. I'm broke. I don't own nothing but my trusts. And those people who, well, we're going to do some of this in our classes and things of said nature, understand that with a trust, it's better to have multiple trusts. Okay, and don't have everything in one. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's go back. Get down on it. Get down on it. A trust is an agreement that allows one party, known as a trustee, to hold, manage, and direct assets or property on behalf of another party, called the beneficiary. There are three types of business trusts, including a grantor's trust, a simple trust, and a complex trust. A kind of business structure which involves a trustee who owns business assets and enters into contracts on behalf of the trust. So the trust can enter into a contract on behalf of the trustee. So you would be the grantor, creator of it. The trustee, you label somebody else as the beneficiary of said trust, even if it's another trust, person, entity, your dog, whatever. In the United States, the use of corporate trusts died out in the early 20th century as United States passed laws making it easier to create new corporations. So back in the day, everybody was using trusts. Sure, they offered a new product to have more control over you, and that was probably easier to set up, but they haven't gone anywhere. Trusts can be public, they can be private, you can have an EIN, you can register or not register them, and add a layer of protection from the DC beast. Other companies also form trusts such as motion picture patent companies or Edison Trust, which controlled the movie patents. Okay, so let's see here what Business Trust 101 has to say. Shot goes out to KaiserLawFirm.com. I'm not affiliated with them, but let's just see what they got to say. All right. Oh, looks like Mr. Andy Kaiser's got his own little firm going on here. Well, thank you for the information, Andy. Appreciate you. And we're just going to read aloud. Fair use.
Or corporation. Business trusts offer several potential benefits and drawbacks compared to a traditional business structure. Understanding their pros and cons, the different types, and the legal implications can help you to decide whether a trust makes sense for your business. How does a business trust work? A trust is an agreement that allows one party, known as a trustee, to hold, manage, and direct assets or property on behalf of another party, called the beneficiary. In a business trust, a trustee manages a business and conducts transactions for the benefit of its beneficiaries. The trustee, which can be a company or an individual, including the business's owner, can be authorized to distribute business income and transfer property to beneficiaries. A business owner can be the sole trustee of the trust that holds the business and be a trust beneficiary, as long as the business owner is not the sole beneficiary. Commonly, the beneficiaries of a business trust are investors or shareholders. If it is a family business, the beneficiaries might be the owner's heirs. What are the different types of trusts? Entrepreneurs can choose from the following types of trusts, as classified by the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. Grantor trust. A grantor is the individual who creates a trust, transfers business interests into it, and controls beneficiary distributions from it. With this type of trust, the grantor maintains control and authority over the trust. In addition, the grantor and the grantor trust are not treated as separate tax entities. The grantor must pay taxes on the trust's income. Simple trust. Simple trusts must distribute all earnings from trust assets to the beneficiaries, but the principal amount placed in the trust cannot be distributed. Simple trusts are also prohibited from making charitable donations. Beneficiaries are required to pay taxes on any income they receive from the trust. A simple trust can deduct certain expenses and must file a tax return. A simple trust that does not meet the IRS definition may be reclassified as a complex trust. Complex trust. Unlike simple trusts, complex trusts are legally permitted to accumulate income, make distributions other than income, make charitable donations, and take charitable deductions. Like simple trusts, complex trusts must file tax returns and can deduct certain expenses. Note that a business trust can be a revocable trust or an irrevocable trust. With a revocable trust, i.e., a living trust, the grantor can change the terms of the trust or revoke the trust entirely and take control of the assets it contains. An irrevocable trust, by definition, cannot be easily changed or revoked. What are the pros and cons of a business trust? Depending on the type of trust formed, business trusts may offer the following advantages over some traditional business structures. Avoidance of probate upon the death of the business owner. Reduction or elimination of estate taxes. Business continuity when the owner dies or become incapacitated. Separation of business assets from personal assets, similar to an LLC. Greater privacy than an LLC, since public filings are not required for a business trust. Protection of assets from creditors. Simpler formation process than some traditional business structures. Business trusts can also involve the following complications. Ongoing costs to maintain the trust, e.g., paying a third party to manage it. Challenging legal regulations, e.g., the IRS does not recognize a business trust as a type of business organization. Fiduciary relationship between the trustee and the beneficiaries requires the former to act in the best interests of the latter and may be different than the duties required in a typical business structure.
All right. Let's see what we got here. So here what they're saying, domestic trusts are trusts created in the U.S. And here are some common abusive domestic trust schemes. So what they're saying here is that if you create a domestic trust, you are in fact taxable. Okay, this is not private, it's not irrevocable, it's not common law, it's theirs. Okay, so here, a domestic trust for your house is not good because it is still taxable. Charitable trust, taxable. Asset protection, with it, taxable. Okay. That's why you want a revocable or irrevocable, private, common law, foreign. Let's see what the IRS has going on here. I don't know why it takes forever to open up these forms. What is going on here? All right, well, this is not necessarily a much needed segment, but anyway, let's keep going. All right, let's see what they got over here. Okay, it looks like the basic info. So here they're saying basically note that a typical charge around $500 per hour and up to $5,000 to set up a business trust. Okay. Well, Badwolf, Badwolf, we can do it better. Okay, so right here, okay, all three trust packs plus bonus files included. You get a business trust, an irrevocable trust, and or irrevocable and a revocable for 575. Oh yeah, take that. Okay. All right. Or if you want the trust by itself, looks like somebody on my team is running a sale here. Apparently, thought it was going to say 250. May or may not be when you get there, but apparently right now they got it down to 200. I must talk to my legal department. But yeah, that's fine. I'll honor this. So yeah, if you want the business trust, 200. Normally it is 250. Irrevocable, normally 350 is 249. And if you go down, revocables, it looks like it's at 249 as well. If you click on any one of these links, it'll actually tell you which all files you're getting in the pack if you want to get it. And remember, guys, for those who subscribe, get 10% off first purchase and a VIP email. So please join the email either way. And so I can mail you guys information when I get it. You want to be on the inside. And of course, yes, for those people who want the full pack of files, there are a couple that are not included, and that's listed down here. But these are all the files plus some extras. So if you do the math, it actually works out good. But if you don't have the funds, I get it, which is why we offer, let's see where to go. A multi-pack of all the original basic files for 550, which is the old price. And you can see what's all in there. All right. Now remember, there's a limitation on how many times you can download, look at it on your phone. I think it's like 5 or 6 times. So download it, please, immediately to your hard, database. Kind of getting tired of the emails. Oh, I was looking at it like 800 kajillion times and I'm locked out now. I didn't get all my files. Well, it's not me doing it. It's, there's a limit. That's what the system puts in place. So, and of course, yeah, I even have it limited right here, a limit of 5 times the download. And yeah, some of the files could be grammar checked a little bit better. So apologize in advance. But it is what it is. And I have the disclaimer up there. All right. All right. So that's basically it, guys. So if you're going to do business, if I could go back and redo my business and business things at this point in time, oh, I definitely would have used a business trust in place of me so that nothing could be construed about me having a personal liability or responsibility financial for these various undertakings. Okay. So that's basically about it, guys. Not trying to be a long video or anything like that, but nonetheless, very powerful. And for all those people out there who keep faith and prayers and things like that for me, thank you guys very much. Once again, I do not do we've been cutting back on the emails, and it's awesome to see people getting the questions option for a email consult. Up to 4 questions, I think it is, through Black Site. It's just it's too taxing. I've done it for years. I don't, no offense to anybody who might offend, but I can't just keep continuing to through thousands of emails for the rest of my life. Some of these people out there, these other gurus, don't even answer emails whatsoever unless you're starting off with money in their face. So I've given away enough of that for the years, and I still give away lots of files. And if I do decide to answer your email, it comes through, cool. But don't take it personal. I'm not obligated. Okay, I'm not. If I could have an AI just and do all the stuff for you, then that'd be great. And but speaking of that, I mean, there are a lot of AIs that are now being able to write a lot of really good files. But as we know, the AIs are a little biased with the corporate side of the state type of answering of questions. See, they're not very somebody if somebody wants to make money out there, make a constitutional AI for nationals. All right. There. I've given it out to the world. Um, So that's it, guys. Take care of yourselves. I got a couple more videos to make, and I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to hit that, you know the drill. Talk to you guys later.